Hey guys, Ron here, and today we have some potentially very big details about Halo Infinite's story that may just shock you. So please stay tuned because this is going to be very, very awesome to go over with you guys. Now, Brad Sams last week claimed that a new Halo game at E3 was coming called Halo Infinity. Now, this was pretty damn close because the game, Halo 6 or whatever, is taking place after Halo 5. So it appears it might be Halo 6, and it is called Halo Infinite, right? Well, he made a post and he talks about this a little bit, so we're gonna read what he says on Thurrott. He says, "Last week I got a tip from a reliable insider that said Microsoft was going to show off the next release in the Halo series at E3. Seeing as I was on vacation, I pushed out a simple tweet announcing that, which unleashed a hellstorm of angry emails and Reddit threads accusing me of only trying to grab attention. But as we know now, this information was accurate." Anyways, Microsoft showed off the next game called Halo Infinite yesterday, which will be running on a new engine called Slipspace, but there were many details left out of that presentation, notably the release date. So yes, this is something that's very huge. Now, even though Brad Sams got this information from a reliable insider, still take what he says with a grain of salt. We're not quite sure what is what yet. But he continues, seeing as there is a significant amount of time between now and when the game will be released, take all of this with a pinch of salt as plans and timelines can change, but this is what I am hearing about the release of the next games, Halo games. So yeah, he continues to say, "Notice how I am saying games. Right now, the next iteration of Halo may only be a single-player game, and if all goes according to plan, could arrive as the earliest towards the end of 2019. The multiplayer aspect of this game is not expected to arrive until after the single-player game ships, which will peg a 2020 release timeframe." Right? So 2020, guys, that is a very long time until we actually get a new Halo game, until we get Halo Infinite, right? But with that being said, this is certainly going to be a very big Halo game. We didn't see particularly a lot of stuff, but we saw a lot of opportunity with this engine demo. Large landscapes, Master Chief in classic armor, potentially classic weapons, classic vehicles, classic experiences, and we're going to get into the story information very soon. But guys, let me ask you, I've said this so many times, but what do you think the release date will be now? Because we did get stuff at this year's E3, and I said that would be pointing to a 2019 release. I'd say it's pretty much confirmed, but if they really decide to make Halo release in 2020, that's a very long time, and they already had a head start with Halo 5 Guardians development, right? So that is a ton of time to make an incredibly awesome, expansive world and universe in Halo Infinite, right? I mean, it's called Halo Infinite. I wonder why it's called Halo Infinite, by the way. We haven't really asked that question very much anyway. What is infinite about this game, and will we be able to explore with friends and split screen and stuff? And those are very big questions that I want to know the answer to, but we don't really know a whole lot right now. He says, "Here's a bit fun of speculation. We also know that Microsoft is working on a follow-up to the Xbox One X console, and my sources are saying that it is codenamed Scarlet. In the past, Microsoft has used Halo games to show off new hardware. I wonder if they release the next-gen Halo game and will align to the release of the updated hardware with the new Xbox showing up in the more likely 2020 timeframe." So again, will Halo Infinite release on the next Xbox? I don't think there is any complete, confirmation that it will be released on the Xbox One, but I think it will. I think it might have sort of like the Halo 4 treatment where it will release on the Xbox One and also the Scarlet or whatever that is. Again, even Brad here is speculating, so nothing is confirmed, nothing is in stone. Now we have a publisher over in the UK, and they actually say some very interesting information. I remember reading stuff about their Halo games way back in the day, like Halo 4 and Halo 5, and they always seem to be kind of pointing in a very interesting direction. And anyway, the description of this is quite shocking, and I can't wait to break it down more in like Halo clubs and really get into the details about it, but we will be doing that a little bit today, right? So the listing for Halo Infinite says, Halo has been a popular first-person shooter game for years, and we have no doubts that Halo Infinite will be just as good as the previous. Halo is a first-person military science fiction title that involves humanity battling against an alliance of aliens, also known as the Covenant. It's Master Chief's John 117 responsibility to help defeat the Covenant, and it's proving difficult in Halo Infinite. Delve into another level of emotion and bigger stakes than before, as Master Chief must fight against the uprising of Cortana, the leader of the Covenant. Right. Holy shit. What? The leader of the Covenant. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt because we don't know how accurate this listing is. Frank O'Connor did debunk 2 stories involving Halo, so, we don't know if this is one of them, but this is pretty big information as far as the story goes. Now, we had the April Fools back, a couple months ago with them teasing that Master Chief, John 117, along with Blue Team, are basically stranded on a Halo ring trying to stop Cortana. And this sort of lines up with the information that we already have. And that April Fools was about Battle Royale. I had people making fun of me saying, "Oh, Ron, look at that. That's just the April Fools. Look at that, man. Has nothing to do with reality. It's just a joke." But there's a part of it that doesn't seem very much like a joke, right? I'm taking it seriously because it's completely possible, and it was kind of a weird nugget of information that didn't really directly tie to anything involving the Battle Royale joke. So yes, I think that the information that we have got during the April Fool's joke, that little nugget of information, also ties in with the information that we have with Halo Infinite so far. We know that John is on installation 07. It would appear so, right? Because we got the teaser from the walkie-talkie saying in Morse code Z to Halo, which is basically installation 07.2, right? So this is super big information, and of course, John has to take down the Covenant again. What is that? What is that talking about? Does the Covenant return? And I said this so many times in the past that if Cortana has complete control over the galaxy, if she can turn off, an EMP, entire planets, entire civilizations with a click of one Guardian, right? She has ultimate control. There's Guardians can take down other Guardians, right? That's the only thing that can really take down these guys, maybe besides the Flood, right? So with the entire universe basically having, or at least galaxy, kneeling to Cortana because they need water, they need food, they need things to keep running for their civilizations to work, then most of the leaders, most of the government is bound to surrender, right? And with this, Cortana will be able to have control as far as telling people and giving people bounties for Master Chief, telling the entire galaxy, find the Master Chief or you die, or you get a huge reward, you get, 1 billion credits, whatever it is. She can supply anything. And just like the Ongoi immediately surrendered when Cortana sent out her message, of course, and they're basically the most powerful civilization. As funny as that sounds, at this point after Halo 5, it would appear that the Ongoi, that their planet Abalaho, is the most powerful civilization, the most powerful planet in the entire galaxy right now, right? I think. That's not confirmed, but from the information that we do have, which isn't very many details, that would appear to be the case, right? Now, what's really interesting here is that they say delve into another level of emotion and bigger stakes than before, as Master Chief must fight against the uprising of Cortana, the leader of the Covenant. Now that, I think, most of us may find shocking. I know I find that shocking. What the hell are they talking about? Cortana, the leader of the Covenant. I mean, it actually sounds like kind of cool in a sense. Now, let me explain, right? So, again, Cortana has probably got a lot of malicious working for her, but with a lot of alien species like the Ongoi, the Elites, all these stranded species, it kind of makes sense that they would come back together and work for Cortana, sort of being her militia, sort of being her, teacher's pet, if you will, of the galaxy. And with them trying to hunt down Master Chief so that she may potentially fire the Halo rings to stop the Flood happening elsewhere in the galaxy, it would make sense that she would make something similar to the Covenant. Now, I want to hear y'all's thoughts. What do you think about Cortana being the leader of the Covenant. That is some very, very bold words there. Is that accurate at all? Is that accurate at all? Is this just random stuff thrown onto this site, or is this actually potentially accurate to Halo Infinite in the story? Now there's one part that I left out. It says, it looks just as good as the other games previously released and follows the story of Master Chief John 117 and his brave and intense struggle with the Covenant. When the powerful leader Cortana is hungry for power, she wants to cause mass destruction and devastation to humanity. Master Chief must save the innocent. So yes, it sounds like a classic Halo story, and as far as it being classic, we already know that they're going in with the classic art style, right? They've listened to us. They're starting to realize after Halo 5 that they've stranded way too far from the original Halo story, that things are just kind of messy and things aren't really that likable for Halo fans to enjoy. So they're taking this really classic approach with Halo Infinite, right? It looks like Combat Evolved. A lot of people said, is this a prequel when we first saw it? But we know that that is not the case because it is already confirmed that Halo Infinite takes place after Halo 5. He's also wearing classic armor that was Master Chief, not Jerome. Some people are saying it's Jerome, but no, that is the Master Chief. And we also see that the Marines have been kind of toned down. They don't look completely goofy anymore. They actually look like almost Combat Evolved Marines, which is really nice. And they're really trying to go with the classicness, it would seem, right? And so that implies that maybe Master Chief fighting against the Covenant and a crazy leader, in this case Cortana, which may be the new prophet of the Covenant, and that will be basically classic Halo right there. But then now we have the tension between best friends fighting for control and winning over the galaxy, which would be kind of interesting. So again guys, as a recap, Brad Sams was suggesting that maybe Halo Infinite is actually only going to release as a single player game, but we already know split screen is undoubtedly returning, especially with the classicness coming back with 343 going in that direction, and with them learning so hard that Halo 5 Guardians needed that split screen but didn't have it. Well, I think it's undoubtable to say that Halo split screen will return. So if it is just single player, let me know what y'all's thoughts are about that, and especially a 2020 release, this game better be freaking good, right? And what about multiplayer? What's going to happen with multiplayer? How do you guys like the sound of that with the single player game releasing first and then maybe a multiplayer mode releasing 6 months to 12 months after, right? Does that sound doable, or would you guys just hate that? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to drop this video a like if you ended up enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.